Hello and welcome to the topic difference between dialect and sociolect. What is dialect? Let's first discuss about it. A dialect refers to a geographical variety of a language. It determines the language on the basis of geographical location. That is to say, geographical variety of language. And in the map, you can see how English language is divided into different geographical locations. We move on to the next. In other words, we can say that a dialect is spoken in a certain area, in a certain geographical location. For example, you have Yorkshire, East Midland, Southeast, West Country. So in different geographical areas, we have different way of speaking. That is to say, a dialect is spoken in a certain area. We have the same idea in a different way. It differs in some linguistic forms from other geographical varieties of the same language. Language is the same. For example, English is spoken almost all over England, but English is not spoken in every geographical area in the same manner, as we can see in the map. Now, let's talk about examples of English dialects, and this will make the concept much clearer. Northern dialect, Western dialect, Eastern dialect, Southeastern dialect, East Anglian, and Southwestern dialect. So we can see how English in England are divided into different dialects based on its geographical location. Now, let's talk about what is sociolect. Sociolect is also known as social dialect. It is associated with a particular class. We have some more ideas. A form of language used by a socio-economic class, a profession, an age, group, or other social groups or categories, you can say in that way. We have another important point in this direction. A sociolect links individuals with the community of its users and assigns prestige to a group. Sociolect, your gender, that is to say the difference between the way men and women speak, the way they use language, may determine your sociolect. Your age, your race, your social association with a particular group of people, and so on. Let's have examples of sociolect to understand this concept in a much better way. Your profession is a factor in your sociolect, or the way you use language. For example, you may have these different people coming from different professions, like the first one is doctor, the second one is engineer, farmer, and shopkeeper. They all belong to different professions. So in the way they use language, in the way doctor uses the language will differ from in the way engineer uses the language, farmer uses the language, and shopkeeper uses the language. These are the best examples of sociolect on the basis of profession. We have some more examples of sociolect. Your race may also be a factor in your sociolect, or the way you use language. For example, if you are coming from different races, like if you are Indian, British, African, and Korean. So in the way Indian uses the language, or in the way the British and the African and the Korean. So your race also determines the way you use the language. This could also be a factor in your sociolect. So what is to keep in mind is that dialect is the geographical variety of a language, whereas sociolect is your identity of language based on your profession, based on your job, based on your race, based on the age group, and so on. That is basically the difference between dialect and sociolect. Dialect is all about location, is all about how people speak the same language slightly different in another location. But sociolect is your position in the society, your class, your race, your profession. All this determines the way you use the language. And that is basically the difference between dialect and sociolect. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.